weekend?
Everybody's not too bad. Jack, young Jack's going to be out for a number of weeks, which is a blow. But everybody else is okay.
What's the issue with Jack?
Yeah, he's got a problem with his back at the minute, so we just have to manage him through that. I think obviously the load has been a hell of a lot for him to take on at 18 years of age. A year ago, I think he was out at Bury Town, and the jump from the rise for him has been dramatic. So, but he's going to be a player. He's going to be a right top player.
Yeah, that is, like you said, that is a huge jump.
Yeah.
But he's adapted incredibly well. That's really impressive, isn't it? The amount of tiers there are between where he was, Bostic North, and the Championship.
Yeah, well, I think the thing for me, this club's got some really good players, and the young players, and I think it's been under the radar. If I'm being honest, I think Dazelle, Downs, Bishop, Lancaster, they're all really good young football players. The club's in a really good place. The young kids coming through, and even below that is a little good underbelly there. But it's, I think it's been under the radar. People have bypassed it. There's some really good young players that given a bit of time, they're going to make a hell of an impact here, that's for sure.
Was the issue with his back, was it something that flowed up in training, or as you say...
It's just a build-up. It's just been a build-up of stress, really, and the demands of it. It's a build-up. It can be a common thing for a young player with the load. But he'll be back, but he's going to be a really good footballer.
Is Emir Hughes okay, Paul? He was back in the 18 for the Rotherham game, but missed out last week.
Well, he's a little setback. It's not as bad, but he's a little setback, so we just have to nudge him through it, which is a blow. Because I think, as I said before, I think Emir's got a really good footballer in there. But as I said before, the big challenge for him is to try and stay fit.
Not in contention at all this weekend, then?
No, he's not. He's not ready for it.
Do you imagine him getting some football though between now and the end of the season in the first team?
I would hope so. That's the plan, is to get the lad back playing games, and it's frustrating for him. It must be a nightmare for him having to go through this every so often. So for his own sake, I think it's important mentally as well to get him, or try and get him back playing.
And likewise, is there any chance for Tom Adeyemi at all this season? Where is he at the moment?
Tom's another one. He's doing okay. Still, again, been out for over 14 months or so, 15 months. It's a hell of a long time. The injuries lads here have had, and as I said before, mentally it's no good for them. And we just have to wait and see how his injury comes on. But he's doing okay. Two
players have gone out on loan recently: Danny Rowe and Jordan Roberts, both to Lincoln. Between now and the rest of the season, obviously Lincoln having a really good season. Do they still have a future Ipswich Town beyond this season?
Well, the lads needed games. They needed games. I said we had too many players as well with the lads coming in, so we had to let lads get and play games, and hopefully the two lads go and do well. Danny obviously scored a couple of goals the other night. Jordan will do fine, I think, for them. So listen, I think the main thing for us is not about any individuals, about the club, and we have to do everything we can to stay in this league.
Have any other players inquired about a loan move? I'm thinking of the likes of Gwyn Edwards, Caden Jackson, who've been out at the 18 in recent weeks, or have you told them that they're very much still a part of your plans here?
No, it's very much so, very much so part of it. You've got to force away in the side and stay in, and that's all over the world. Football, you've got your competition breathing down your neck, and what I don't want is people thinking the first sign of adversity, think, oh, can I go? Well, no, you can't. You stay here and help. That's football. You can't let everybody go out, and everybody that's here has to. It's all hands to the pump, as you say. So
a good reaction from those guys, and John Nolan as well, who had a run of games but is now out of the picture.
Nolan's done really well, but again, due to form other people as well, and I changed. Then I had to change it after the Accrington game, which I did. And but everybody's part of it. I don't view anybody more so or less important than each other. The ones that are here, everybody's important to each other.
You've had Josh Emmanuel back for a week or so. What have you made of him in training?
He's done well, Josh. Big strong lad, but decent. Not too bad on the ball. But I need to see more of him. I can't make my mind up within 10 days or so.
So realistically, could he? You're going to keep him here for a couple more weeks, or would you think about a loan for him, another one?
No, I think in this moment in time, Josh I'm looking to keep him with us. I don't think in this moment in time, unless something really creeped up, I don't see anybody else moving.
And Jonas Knudsen is still here. Is anything likely to change on that front?
I haven't heard anything from it. You know, I haven't. As I said before, Jonas obviously had a good chat with me a few weeks ago and told me his intentions of it. I've just got to make a decision where I think it's long term for the club is the right one, because if you want to move elsewhere, then you've got your eye on something else. But I've got the club to think about. It's not about an individual. But up to this moment, I've not heard anything from them.
Any more arrivals potentially before the end of the month?
Well, we can't do any more loans because we've got the full limit there. But you never know, something might pop up that you think it's worthwhile. But we'll see what happens.
As you are now as a squad, are you confident with the additions you've brought in that you can be more of a goal threat in the coming weeks?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that will happen. That's all it was missing for our game, was just finishing touches off it. And that's why I brought in Colin, Judge as well, Will Keane as well, Dawkins is there, so we're a lot stronger in that area of the pitch. Even Caden is not out of it, or Ellis is not out of it, so but we've just got lads in to give them a hand.
Back at a former club this weekend, so how do you look back on your time at Aston Villa?
I enjoyed that. It's a really big club, really big. There's some really good moments there as well. And but it's a big club, big fan base behind it. And as I said, I probably went in there at a difficult time with the owner wanting to sell it at that time, which is his prerogative. But it's a big club which does require big players to play in front of it.
Is it a surprise to see them where they are? Can they still make it into the top six? If they went on a run, they could. It's just 7 points, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously spent a lot of money trying to do it for the last couple of years to try and do it. But there's nothing guaranteed in football. It doesn't matter if you spend money or not. There's nothing guaranteed. You can't guarantee success in it. It's still a big club, but it's if it makes a run at it. But again, that's easier said than done. That can happen. But if it's one or two little ropey results ourselves, and yeah, listen, but it's a really good club.
Okay, thanks, Paul.
All right,
thanks.
Until.
Lots of comings and goings, and in January brought in your players. When do you think we'll see the best of your new team?
No, you need a pre-season. Everybody needs a pre-season to have their own players. We're trying to short-term fix a lot of stuff, which is important. But we have to get in this season, try and get through this season, and next season we see what happens. But short term, we have to try and fix it. That's critical. We have to try and do that. Lads have come in and maybe no so high in game time because you've took them from clubs where they haven't been playing. So yeah, they've all fitted in really well, and I can't ask any more from them and giving it a go. But we have to wait and see what's going to happen. What
are the discernible benefits then of having a pre-season that obviously you don't have the luxury of at the moment?
Huge. I know a hell of a lot of managers never get into clubs during the season. I understand why. Understand why that happens, because you have to have your own way of doing it, and your own time to do it, and your own players to come and do it and implement the way you want to play. Lads have come in and said short time. We've only been here just over November, I think we came in, and it's in a few months. So you never can really put your stamp on it. All you can try and do is make a quick fix of it and try and get through it, and then the real work starts after the season.
Can you notice little, almost intangible things in training, just little improvements here, there, and everywhere, just in the short time that we've had with them so far?
Oh, listen, Tom, they've been great. The football we played in a lot. Part of the Blackburn game, but I don't think we've done enough. Every other game, second half against Rotherham, we never get at it. But every other game, I've always come away thinking we played really well, played really good football. Just need a bit of help up top, which we try to do, and hopefully that pays dividends on it. But football-wise, and the way we play the game and teaching lads different things to play, it's pleasing to watch.
How would you rate your chances of staying up right now?
Every bit as good as everybody else there. You're in the fight. We're always in the fight. I think there's 54 points, I think, still to play for. So we're in the fight. We've got a great atmosphere behind us with it. Everybody's on board with it. So that's I have the belief, because everybody's on side. The crowd's with it. The fans are right behind it. The players have been great that way, and it's just a matter of trying to get some wins. All right.
Is the away form a bit of a concern, Paul? Because you've been scoring goals and keep conceding at least two on the travels.
The away form and the home form. it's been pretty much similar. It's, as I said before, if things were a bed of roses here, I wouldn't be sitting talking to you. That's you try and rectify that best you can. You try and get short-term fix, but it's not just away form; it's your home form as well. That has to be better. That gives you a bigger chance. Your home form. So, but we won't change our style. We're going to try and play good football. We're going to try and win. I think the fans enjoy watching us play. All we need to do is finish the good work off, and that's why I bring in the lads that we did, to see if we can finish off that good work.
James Collins just said that the new lads, perhaps adrenaline gets you through the first game against Rotherham, and there was a little dip off for the Blackburn game. Do you think that was natural, and we haven't seen anywhere near the best of these new players?
You haven't. It's an impossibility. It's true. It's an impossibility. The lads haven't played. Quainer's not played many games. Well, Keane's not played many games. I think the one that played the most games is Judge. I think that's the only one. Like Quainer, Keane, Collins, Elder. They've hardly played. Dawkins have hardly played many games. So that will take a few weeks. Your body detrains in 3 weeks' time. 3 weeks. If you don't train within 3 weeks, your body detrains. It's human nature. Some of the lads haven't played many games, but what you do get from them is the adrenaline rush does kick in, but they're slowly but surely will get better. Train. I think they feel better within themselves after another week's training. But you're going to have to go another few weeks till they hit the heights where they can get to.
Alan Judge, where do you see his role in the team? You gave him his debut out on the right hand side. He sat here last week and said he kind of sees himself very much as a number 10.
Yeah.
A conundrum for you?
No, really, I think Judge is a really good player. Technically, I think he can play anywhere. He's that good a footballer. I don't think any position that Judge plays would be a problem to him, because he's that good in the ball. We have to try and get him where I think he can hurt people as well. Very clever. And the set plays are set plays are unbelievable. They're on the money nearly all the time. So I don't have a problem with him. He can. Good players can play anywhere, and he's certainly a good player.
You talked after the Blackburn game about Callum Elder. Experience you can only learn through mistakes. A few people have said, well, would it not be better for our own homegrown players to be getting that experience at this moment in time? Where do you stand on that argument? Some of these short-term signings are maybe blocking the route of those that have come from within. Yeah,
well, the club has to get back to its own. That's why I said the last time to you that if Jonas says he wants to go, we have to go and get somebody to help Miles. With Fenton-Hampstead Miles, then there's no real left back at the club apart from Bailey Clements, who's only a kid. They're only kids, and that's the big burden of it. So we had to go and get somebody to help Miles as well. So and Miles has done really fine. Miles is in the reckoning as well. He's come through the ranks as well. But again, he's a young guy as well. You can't give anybody experience. That has to come through playing. It has to come through making mistakes or playing well. That's no problem. So so there's that fine line of the balancing act, I think.
Is that still a big part of the future of this football?
1,000,000%. Oh, for heaven's sake, it can't keep doing what it's done. It can't. It's an impossibility. It has to have a structure right through the club. We've got to have an identity where everybody's clear on it. Everybody knows what's going to happen. The fans know what's going to happen. You guys know what's going to happen. This is where Ipswich Town are going to go. This is the identity we're doing it. But you can't keep going out and loaning people every time. It stops the pathway for young players coming through. The only thing with young players coming through, you might not get instant results, but you'll get identity back at your club. And once you keep growing and growing and growing, then it will just take care of itself. But you cannot keep doing what you're doing. You may as well throw your money, as I said before, you may as well throw money out in the street. It doesn't work.
Going out and signing 6 players has kind of gone against the grain for you a little bit. It's need to must. It's not something you particularly wanted to do. It's something you felt you had to do.
They needed help. The lads needed help. I think everybody recognised that where they needed that help. Lads to come in and help them. And as a group, as a core group, they've been absolutely brilliant. Everybody has. But ideally, you don't want to go through that every single summer or winter. January, it's too much. It's far too much. It can't harm. The turnaround here in the summer either way is going to be. It has to be big. But you have to get your own players in here. Plus, you have to have a pathway for the young ones to come through. As I said before, this club's got some really good young players here. Really good. And I think, as I said before, it's been under the radar I could go through them all. Dazelle, Downs, Bishop, Lancaster. You can go right through to the 18s. There's some really good kids there as well. Go right through to the 16s, 15s. But they need a pathway through. And they need a manager that says, okay, I'm going to give you a chance if you're good enough.
It's now not the time to develop them in the midst of this relegation battle. Can you do more damage than good?
Yeah, it's unfair. Yeah, it's unfair on them. As I said before, I get thrown in when I was 15 myself, but I went into a team. Everybody was a man, really, and they had great players running about me at that time, upbringing. But I went in predominantly as a dressing room full of men. We've got young guys that are as well, try to help as well, which is as I said, too many. But they needed men to come in. They needed Collins to come in. They needed Quainer to come in, Keane to come in, Joyce to come in. Guys that had done it to give them that help. So, but the future for the club with young players here, as I said before, it's one of the most exciting group of young players I've seen. It could be unbelievable with them.
Yeah, and this is the first time we've spoken to you properly since you formally committed your future beyond the end of this season, whatever happens. What was the thinking behind making that clear to everybody?
I just loved your interviews. Really. Yeah, no, I really enjoy it here. All right, and I was never in doubt. I thought, you know, I'll get to the end of the season, good or bad and different. I'll go or I'll stay. I had it in my own head that one, I didn't think there was really a question to really answer. I could hear the rumblings of what's going to happen, but it was nothing I was going to sit and think, well, what am I going to do? I want to stay here because I think it's a great club. There's a great fan base behind it, and I just have a feeling if you get this right here, and you get the way you want to do it, and you do it what's right for the football club, not what's right for me. It's what's right for the football club in the town. The town's, you get that behind you. It's going to be an incredible ride. You fasten your seatbelt, love the way the ride goes, but it'll be fun. It'll be a hell of a ride with it if we get given the time to do it and the licence to go and try and build this club the right way. No ad hoc and no cutting corners or no nothing. I want to be here. I want to try and drive it, but I need everybody in the town behind us to go and do it. And that was the big reason. Cause I can see so many good things here.
And you said that some managers won't go into clubs midway through a season. The importance of pre-season. Yeah. You've not had one of those for a long time now.
Absolutely. You
must be sick of quick fixes.
Yeah. Sick of it.
You must want to really build something of substance.
Yeah. You're right. You're 100% right. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of trying to go and help, and then things I'm sick of that. I don't love football that much to keep going through that every single year, you know. And I love the game and I love everything that goes about it. But if I don't think it's right, I don't think it's working. It's no enjoyable. I want to enjoy it here. I enjoy the people here. They've made me really welcome. I enjoy everything that's here. As I said, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But I'll make this place vibrant again, that's for sure.
Yeah, very best of luck.
All right, thanks.
Coming back to the point about kids and bringing them in, it's a tough division in which to introduce kids, not just here, but at most clubs these days, isn't it?
To an extent it is, yeah. I mean, as I said before, this club's undersold itself with the players it's had here, young players. As I say, go back to the lads I've mentioned. The lads are handling themselves at a high level under me. They're getting in their way of playing under me. They know exactly the way I'm as a person, the way we want to work. So next year they'll be a lot stronger for it, miles stronger for it. They need, as I said before, that bit of help. But young players have to get thrown in at some point to see if they can sink or swim. You've got to, where they need me is probably to take the chance on them. That's where they need a manager to say, okay, don't matter how young you are, if I think you're good enough, I'll throw you in. So, and I was fortunate I had a manager like that when I was growing up, and that's why I've always done it. I can go back to any club I've been at, I've always gave young ones a chance, because I needed somebody to do that myself, and thankfully if he never done it, I probably wouldn't be here.
And you've spoken about kind of being a sort of a cohesiveness between the academy and the first team.
Yeah.
The coaching style that you found sort of in existence before you came here, is that one you've been impressed with? The way the academy plays football is the way that you like to play football?
No, because they don't play my way. we'll try and implement it, and which I will sweep it right through, and everybody has to go the same way as the first team. I think that's important, regardless results. Results don't matter at that age. It don't matter. Your own egotistic doesn't matter. It's about getting players through the first team. But everybody plays the same way, so the transition from 16s, 15s, 16s, everybody knows. So when they do, hopefully they eventually hit the first team, they know exactly the movements that's going to happen that we ask for. They know exactly what's going on. So we will have a coaches meeting really shortly, tell everybody how we're going to play this, how this club's going to play. And anybody that comes to the football club has to play that way. I think that's important for everybody, and everybody's clear, rather than your identity of players all wrong. You try and get the player to fit into that system.
You mentioned about not having had pre-season, and the players coming in not having played too many. Is there an aspect of pre-season about the way that they're training now, the James Bonds?
No, you can't. No, it's impossible. You can't kill the guys. That's too dangerous for them, and you have to get them through it by every training session. You adjust it with certain guys that you have to understand where they are body wise and how like a game time they've had, but you adjust everything with one or two because the game time's not high. But your best judge is your eye at times, you know. It's I can see it myself, who I think's ready and who's not.
Did it take a few weeks for some of them to get?
I will do, yeah. I can go through them. I can go through them. As I said before, I think Judge is probably the fittest because he's played, and even Judge has only put, I think, started 6 games or something with Brentford. So everybody else is behind it, but they've given us that lift of, if it goes up to the front, we know we can score.
So it'll be a few weeks before people can really judge your January business, really.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just because of the lack of game time we've had.
You mentioned Jonas. If he's still here on February the 1st, does he come straight back into your plans then as a left back?
Well, there's 2 ways to look at it. Either pushes the other lads to get in, or you just let your contract out. But he was honest enough to say that he had his eye on something else. Where the problem was, if you've got your eye on something else and we're sitting where we are, we need everybody. That's not to say Jonas wouldn't put his shoulder to the wheel. That's not to say that at all. But I have to be fair to everybody else. That's where it comes back.
Because I think we know Jonas a bit from interviewing. He's a character who's he's not going to shirk. Do you know what I mean? If he's still here, he'll want to get back in there, won't he?
Yeah, you'd like to think so. Yeah, professional footballer. You'd like to think that's exactly what you are. Professional footballer. You want to train, but you want to have an end product at the end of it to play the game. You don't want to. Put it this way, if I was a footballer, I wouldn't want to sit in the stand every single week. You know, I would actually do something about it. But that's me. That has to come from the individual.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
See you later on. See you later.